Some of y'all gonna hate me. Hi. Welcome to my top 10 worst books of 2022. If you haven't seen my other video, I talked about my top 10 best books of 2022. I will leave it linked over there, I think. These are the worst books of 2022. Now, disclaimer. These are books that I just didn't enjoy. Not necessarily saying that these books are so bad and nobody should read it and nobody should like it. These books are the f***ing worst. I'm not saying that. I mean, I kind of am saying that because I just didn't like them, but I'm not saying if you liked this book and if you enjoyed it, good for you. I wish I enjoyed these books just as much as you did. If you liked this book and I'm shitting on it, just look the other way. Pretend I'm not here. Just like, be nice to me, okay? Or if you do hate me in the comments, at least spell it correctly and use correct grammar. Thank you. But let's just get started. This is also going in from ranked order from last video. 10 being like, not like the worst book, but it was still not good. And number 1 being the worst literal book I've read this year. So number 10 goes to The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is about a girl, I don't even remember her name. Is it Cassie or... I don't even remember her name. Casey. So this is about this girl named Casey, and she decides to go to her lake house because she's been having a rough time. She just needs some time away. There is this couple that moves in from across the lake, and she's like really intrigued by them. She thinks like this couple's like super famous and whatever. And then she has like this little binoculars and she's like spying across the lake to these people and like trying to see them. One day she notices that the wife, Catherine, has gone missing. So she's like, he did it. So yeah, she's trying to figure out like how Catherine disappeared, where she is, was she murdered. But the twist to this book was not good. I did not enjoy it whatsoever. To me, it felt dumb. Honestly, it was kind of boring. It was like 50% of the way in and nothing was happening. I did not find it thrilling or mysterious almost in any way. It was just kind of boring until like the 50% mark, and then we kind of got something good. The 9th place book I have is Donut Fall in Love by Jackie Lau. I DNF'd this book, and I try not to put DNF'd books in these like in this ranking because I wanted to like read the full book to get a full consensus that I liked this. But I knew from like chapter like 8 or 9 or 10 maybe, and I couldn't do it anymore. Like, it was so cringy. This book is about this girl named Lindsay. She's a donut shop owner, or she's like a bakery owner. I don't really remember the guy's name that much. I think it's Ryan. He is a actor and he's going on like this cooking show, but he doesn't like make like a fool of himself, so he kind of enlists Lindsay's help to get better at baking so he doesn't like make a fool of himself on this reality cooking show. It sounds so cute. Like, it sounds so cute and so good, but this book is so boring. It's so boring, and it was like really cringy to me. Like, this book was very cringy to me. Maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace for this. I did not enjoy this. It's so cute though, and I really wish I liked it, but it was too much for me. I'm about to ruffle some feathers with this one because this blew up on TikTok and I did not like it. So in 8th place, I have Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. Okay, well, when I saw this, this cover is so freaking cute. You cannot tell me this is not the cutest cover in the world. Round of applause for the graphic designer of this novel. Half of the reason why I picked it up. But also, I saw this girl on TikTok. She was raving about this book. She was like, this is the best book I've read so far. I love it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I just read it and I was thoroughly disappointed. Like, it was not at all what I thought it was gonna be. So it's about this girl. She's like a journalist. This girl doing an interview with this actor from like the beginning, like this first like interview that like blew up and blew her career up, blew his career up, and then 10 years later they're trying to do another interview together to kind of boost his career back up. This book was so cringy to me. There was some lines in here that I saw people on TikTok being like, oh my god, these are so cute, and I was like, that's bad. And also, these people have only known each other for a collective like 4 days. Like, they've known each other 3 days in the past, and then in the present, she still thinks about him and he still thinks about her. They've known each other for 3 days. Are you kidding me? They don't know each other and they're still like obsessed with each other. Huh? I do not understand that. I absolutely hate when books do that. I just did not enjoy this. It wasn't good. Oh my god, not her journal entries, it's the interview writings where she talks about the she finally shows like the interview was so bad. I was like, the girl who's a journalist, how the frick did she blow up? Because this is terrible. I would not read anything from this journalist. Anyways, did not enjoy this. Thank you. Next. So for my 7th place position, I put The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. This is part of the Off-Campus series. You know how disappointed I was in this book? I read The Deal and I was like, oh my god, this is so freaking good. Then I read The Mistake and it was a mistake to read it. It was so bad. So this is like, the Off-Campus series is like told from like the hockey player friend group and stuff, and it goes from each boy. So this one is about Logan and Grace. It's a second chance romance and it was not done well at all. It's very insta-lovey. It's very like, there's no chemistry between these two characters. Well, I didn't like either of the characters really either. I didn't like Grace really, and I didn't like Logan, and I was just like, okay. If you want to read the Off-Campus series, I would recommend skipping The Mistake because it really truly is a mistake. So for number 6, I am doing Lightbringer by Claire Legrand. Did I absolutely hate this book? No, honestly, it probably could go a little bit lower on this list. I think I was more angry about this one or more upset and disappointed by this one because I was so invested in these characters. This is the last book of the Furyborn trilogy. Lightbringer, way too long. Should have been at least 300 pages. It was ridiculous, honestly. I was so mad because it was not the ending that I had expected, and it was not the ending that I wanted. It made sense. I get the ending. It made sense, but it also was just, I just didn't like it. So unsatisfying to me. It was such a long ass series and the ending was just not it for me. Number 5 is Garnet Flats by Daphne Perry. This is part of the Eden series. Let me just say, so far this series is actually not that good. The only book that I've actually really enjoyed was the second book. I think it was Juniper Hill. And this last one, the Garnet Flats, So this is a story with this sister, and her name is, what's her name? Talia. So this is a book about Talia. She is a pre-med student. She's in her residency. She's trying to become a doctor. And then Foster is a UFC fighter who moves from Las Vegas to wherever they are. This book is so frustrating. It's a second chance romance as well. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan of second chance romances, and this second chance romance was just not done well at all. I don't know why Talia forgave Foster for everything he did. He did not deserve it at all. I don't know why Foster felt the need to lie to Talia about what had happened. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I don't know why he wanted to keep that away from her, because it was such a bullshit excuse why he wanted to keep it away from her. And also another thing that I really enjoyed from actually the first book and the second book was the Edens. The family aspect of this is so good. I love the family aspect in both of those books, and in this one it's like not there like at all. More towards the end of the book it kind of is, but like there's no family aspect to this last book. I'm like, where did that go? It's so family oriented in the first 2 books, and then in this one it's like completely gone. I was thoroughly disappointed in this one, and that's why it is number 5. Number 4 may not be a surprise, but I'm going to be talking about Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. So disappointing. I actually really enjoyed The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I did not like this at all. Like, what was this? What happens in the book are very similar to The Love Hypothesis. So I'm like kind of confused why I just absolutely did not like this book. But then I remembered, I hate B. She is so annoying, and I just have no idea why Levi still liked her. He would be so adamant, like, I still like you, like I like you, like it's just misunderstandings and stuff that are happening, and he's like, no, I still like you, but she's still like, oh, you hate me. No, you hate me. He's told you 6 times he's liked you. Why do you keep thinking he hates you? And I just found her character to be so annoying and so much that it literally ruined the book for me. I think the writing is fine. I love Allie Hazelwood's writing. I think it's quirky, it's cute. Like, I like her writing style, but this character ruined the book for me. Like, I could not stand B at all. And the smut in this, oh my god, the smut in this was not good either. If you want to know my full opinion, I basically summarized it, but if you want to know my full opinion where I even give examples, go watch the review. This was a lot for me, and love was not on my brain. I did not like it. Now we're going into my top 3. Third book I have is Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. Okay, this was my first Sally Rooney book, and I was bored to death. It was not good. It was very boring. It's very pretentious. Like, I was just like, why is this, like, I did not enjoy that. It's so boring. It was such a drag. I don't even know what happened in the book. Like, I literally couldn't tell you who the characters are. I couldn't tell you what happened. And I just don't think I liked her writing style either. I'm gonna give her one more shot though, because I like giving authors chances. I think I was a little bit confused. It's like these long ass paragraphs, and I just don't love those. Maybe I'm not smart enough for it, but like, I was lost. I was so lost and so done with this book. The second worst book I read was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. If you watch my wrap up where I talk about this book, I talked about how I actually enjoyed this book, but looking back, kind of watching reviews, I watched a lot of reviews about this book because I was very conflicted by it. I said this in another review about Colleen Hoover. I said she's very good at catching a reader. She's very good at hooking the reader in, keeping their attention. It's very fast paced. Like, she doesn't have a dull moment in her books at all, and I will give her claps for that. I have never been once bored at a Colleen Hoover book. I have just been frustrated at Colleen Hoover books. If you don't know what Ugly Love is about, it's about this girl named Tate, and she moves in with her brother. Like, the first day she's moved in, she sees this like drunk guy on her door, and she's like, who are you? And his name is Miles. Obviously they get to know each other, and his perspectives are terrible. That whole book really is a cluster. I think this is why Colleen Hoover gets a lot of attention and readers to read her books, because I think we don't realize the shit that's going on while it's happening, and then we look back on it and we're like, that's fucked up. This is fucked up. This is romanticized toxic behavior. I don't think I'm gonna read another Colleen Hoover book because I don't want to support that. I don't want to support the what am I trying to say? Romanticization of abuse. All of these relationships are toxic. Ugly Love was just really bad. Tate has no backbone. She has no sense of being there. It's really about Miles and his fucked up relationship with Rachel. It's disgusting. And Miles is just so toxic to Tate, and Tate can't stand up for herself. She has no backbone. She literally she tries to change Miles. It's just such a bad story. It's so not good because Miles was not a good partner to Tate, and the way Tate handled things was not good. So let me just say that they were not couple goals, okay? But Ugly Love takes my second spot. So you're like, Izzy, wow, you really got upset about that one. How is your first one gonna be even worse? Oh, it gets worse. My top spot is gonna be Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I'm being so wholehearted with this. I do not understand why anybody enjoyed this book. I'm not trying to be hateful, I really am not, but if you enjoyed this book, can you please tell me, like, let me know why you did, because I don't see any redeeming qualities in this book at all. Like, I don't know what the frick I read. It was like one of those books that it's like a train wreck. I can't like, I want to look away, but I can't. Alex is the most abusive man in a relationship I have ever seen, ever. I don't know why anybody was like, oh my god, there's such couple goals, especially at the end. Absolutely not. Alex is so toxic and is so I hated him. Ava, I felt so bad for Ava. She really went through it. She went through it. But like, I was like, how do you stay with this man? How do you let him stay in your life? How are you not getting a restraining order against this man? It was baffling to me that they ended up together. It was literally crazy. I will not be reading any of the other Twisted books. I know some people say you have to read the other ones are better. I do not know why anybody was the Keith May book boyfriend. Sis, you need to go to therapy. And the singing, oh my god. The singing where he like sings to her. God. Anyways, I think we are done. Those are my top 10 worst books of 2022. Let me know, what books did you not like? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!